Zach Wilson, I guess, got permission to seek a trade from the Jets. I know, breaking news, probably won't be back with the Jets. So let's play. We're playing matchmaker. What would be a great spot to see Zach Wilson? We'll start with you, Kevin.
I was doing research just now. Is Jake Browning a free agent? Do we know? Because if he is, I'd put him in Cincinnati. I would say back up Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, because Jake Browning, if he is, I don't know. Again, I'm trying to do my research here and look. But if Jake Browning's a free agent, okay, it says the Bengals extended a tender to him, so I guess that means he'll probably stay. So my plan is foiled. I don't know where else I'd put him. I mean, it's not going to be New York. For fun, just put him in New England, the backup to whatever rookie quarterback they get in New England. Because there's no way they bring back Mac. I think Mac Jones is done. There's no way he stays there. Is Zappe a free agent? Do we know if Zappe's a free agent? Because if both Jones and Bailey Zappi are free agents, Malik Cunningham's in Baltimore now. You draft a rookie quarterback. There's no way the Patriots don't do that. And I think you start him. So put Zach Wilson in New England just for the memes, first of all, just for fun. But then also it kind of makes a little sense. Kind of. Yeah,
that's could you imagine Patriots fans after all the clowning that they've done on Zach Wilson? I guess he wouldn't be the starter, but just the offseason, that notification that he's traded to New England would send Patriots fans into a frenzy.
I guess if you're looking for a veteran leader for your rookie quarterback, I guess my first or second or 80th choice would not be Zach Wilson.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's kind of funny to think about, though.
Brad, I know you have a little fun one that you want to put out there that I guess people won't be too shocked about with you.
Well, I was trying to see, and if anybody can help me out, that would be great. I was trying to look up Sam Darnold's contract because he was with the 49ers last year. Well, why couldn't he go to the 49ers?
Yeah, he's a free agent, Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm. So he is a free agent. So the 49ers go. I mean, if you put Zach Wilson there, is he really that much worse or better than a Sam Darnold? No, I don't think so. So I think he goes to the 49ers. And if he has to play, 49ers aren't really that badly hurt.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got Big Cock Brock in there. And, we've had plenty of conversations about the team that is surrounded around Big Cock Brock. If you put Zach Wilson in there, he doesn't have to make too many tough decisions. He throws to Ayuk. He throws to Debo. He tosses a dump pass to Christian McCaffrey. It's a safe signing if you take on Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit earlier, and I'm going to be going the same boat. I'm going to take him out to the West Coast. What about the LA Rams? I've seen a lot of, we were talking earlier, a lot of Photoshops. A lot of Zach Wilson and LA Rams Photoshop. That would be an interesting one. Sean McVay, see what they can do there. Sitting behind Matthew Stafford might not be the worst thing for him, because his whole point of this last year was to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. We saw how that went. That did not go as planned. Can you even consider it, though, sitting behind a player at this point, or is it just got to be your backup?
I'm not.
This is what you're
calling.
5.
I don't know what years. You're fourth. It might even be 3, but
going into 4, I believe.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, I think that for Wilson, you have enough experience in the league where you're not like a quote unquote project anymore. There's still room for him to improve and grow. I'm not saying that the Zach Wilson we're seeing, the right situation for Zach Wilson. We've seen guys come back. We saw, for example, a Geno Smith, who everybody thought was dead to rights and had no career and had no shot to be a starter again, was backing up guys with the Giants and other teams after his failed experiment with the Jets. He goes somewhere. Seattle finds a home and is now a starter for them. How long remains to be seen, but there still is hope for Zach Wilson. But at this point, I don't think you can say, well, if he goes to LA and Stafford retires, he's the front runner for that job. No. He's the heir apparent, right? Wilson has potential, but we've seen enough. We've seen enough film and tape on him where we kind of know who he is right now, and he needs to go somewhere and be a backup first.
Let's not forget too. I don't know if you guys saw this. Nicole Hardman also said that the Jets are a mess because of all the egos that are in that locker room. So, we know how bad the organization is and what that can do to players. So, I don't care if you put Patrick Mahomes in the Jets, he's still not going to be great, right? He's not going to be Zach Wilson bad, but let's not forget Zach Wilson and the Jets almost did beat the Chiefs earlier last season. So, and Zach Wilson looked phenomenal. So, like, if that Zach Wilson can actually thrive somewhere with a good organization, I think he actually does well. I think he can certainly do better than. I mean, you can't do much worse.
You know what place is up in the air right now with quarterbacks is Minnesota.
Very up in the air.
So maybe we'll get a Tyler Huntley and Zach Wilson starting job competition in 2024.
Yeah. That now we're talking. Real quick, this comment. Any thoughts on other guys? Trey Lance, Mac Jones. Trey Lance is such an interesting prospect to me because we haven't seen him. Like, pretty much everything we have on Trey Lance is from practice, from what we've heard. There's very little game film on him, and it makes him an intriguing. I would assume, is he a free agent at this point?
No, he's still with Dallas.
He's still with Dallas. Would you trade if you want a quarterback? Is he someone that a Minnesota or if he goes to Atlanta, if Atlanta tries to do that though after Desmond Ridder, I think you're just playing the same game.
Yeah, I like him in Minnesota. I think Minnesota, because I think with the Vikings, Kirk could still come back. Like, I'm not completely ruling that out. Like, I think that if you're ranking possibilities, I mean, they're in a window right now where they're in a weird window right now. I don't really know what direction they're going to go in here, and especially all these reports on Jefferson, which I don't think half of them are true anyway.
Yeah,
but like,
you can't trade him.
No. At the same time though, if you're Minnesota, you're not in a position right now where you are in that like top 3 category to go take a quarterback this year. You have talent on your roster, but is Trey Lance a quarterback? Because again, we don't really know a lot about him right now. So is he a guy there? I think he'll probably stay in Dallas, as weird as it sounds. Like, I think the Cowboys feel comfortable with him there. And if Dak were to get hurt, you could put him in there. Now, Dak's probably going to get extended for whatever crazy amount that number.
Something he shouldn't.
We talked about what, 60 million with the cap going up the way it did. I heard, Dak's gonna go get 80 million now.
He might try. He really might try.